welcome back to the Baking with the Vanilla Pod, and today for the first time we are making bread on this channel. So I found this really simple Vienna bread roll recipe for you guys, and I'm sure you're gonna love it. It's a very simple recipe. The method is really easy to follow and the ingredients are also very simple. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and without wasting any more time, let's start baking some bread. You'll take your mixing bowl and into that you will add 250 grams of flour, 20 grams of sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. You will sieve the ingredients in this bowl, and then you want 125 ml of warm milk. Make sure it's warm and not hot, otherwise if it's really hot it will kill the yeast, so you want it to be nice and warm. And then you add 9 grams of yeast, and then you want to mix it and leave it for about 5 minutes. And as you can see, there are bubbles formed. That's because I've left it in here for 5 minutes, so that activates the yeast. And I've just used instant dried yeast or granulated yeast. And then you need 1 egg and 30 grams of room temperature butter. Make sure it's at room temperature, otherwise it won't mix well in your dough. Make a well in between, and then put your yeast and milk mixture. And then you want to crack your 1 egg in it. Dough has formed together. Now this dough is very sticky when you touch it, so don't be tempted to add more flour to it. It's just right like that. So once it gets to that stage, you want to add your soft butter. Now you want to knead this dough till the butter is completely incorporated in your dough. As you can see, now the butter is mostly incorporated, but I'm just going to use a rubber spatula and just scrape the sides because some of the butter has stuck to the bowl. So just scrape the sides, and as you can see, most of the butter is incorporated. I'm going to give it another 7 minutes, and then we will leave it for fermentation. So as you can see that the butter is all incorporated and the dough is nice and soft. It is still quite sticky, but it is the way it has to be. Now I'm going to leave this for about an hour to ferment, and that is what will make the bread rolls really soft. So you want to leave it at a place that is a bit warm in your kitchen somewhere, or anywhere in your house that it is warm. Cover it with a damp cloth and just forget about it for 1 hour. 1 hour now, my dough has risen completely and it's so nice and soft. So just floured the surface and I emptied the dough from this bowl. And now I'm just going to knead it slightly to get all that air that has trapped in. So I'm just going to knead it like so, just for a couple of minutes. And the dough feels so soft. You just want to take out all that air that is trapped. And now I'm going to divide this into 70 grams each. So I think I should get about 6 rolls. So I'm just going to take, you can use a butter knife and divide it into 70 grams. Ball, just flatten it. And then you tuck it like that on the bottom, and then just roll it slightly like that. I think this speeds us stone to bake these breads, but you can use a baking tray. And I've just sprinkled very little flour on this. If you're using a baking tray, you can lightly grease it with oil instead of flour. But if you're using a stone and you're using flour, make sure it's really little, or else your flour is going to burn in the oven. So make sure it doesn't have too much flour on it. So I got 6 rolls that were 70 grams, and I got a small one that was 30 grams. And as you can see, they've already started rising. These are the ones that I did first, and this is the last one that I did, so you can see the difference. Now you're going to let this rest for another 30 minutes. You want to cover it with a dry cloth or baking paper. The rolls have now risen, and now the last step before baking is making an egg wash. So for the egg wash, you just need 1 egg and a tablespoon of milk. So this basically helps to get a nice golden color on top of your rolls. So you just want to beat it together and then use a brush. If you don't have a brush, just use a damp paper towel. Just dip it into the egg wash and spread it onto the rolls. So you want to brush it nicely. Make sure it doesn't drip onto your tray because again that will burn in the oven. So brush it nicely. Your egg wash, you want to take a knife and just create like slits. Don't go right through the bread, but just like until like quarter of the bread. Just light slits like that. And you want to do this right before you put it in the oven. After you slit the bread, you want to put it immediately in the oven. So we are slitting the bread because the trapped air will come out and then the bread will bake evenly. And then just on some of them I'm going to put cheese, so they're like cheesy rolls. But again, this is just optional. You can totally skip the cheese. And the egg wash will help the cheese to stick onto the bread. I'm going to put this in a 200-degree preheated oven for about 10 minutes. So my bread rolls are out of the oven and they took about 15 to 18 minutes to cook, and you can see it's got a nice golden color on top and you know that it's ready. And the egg wash gave it that shiny coating on top and it smells so good that I can't resist to eat one. But I'm going to let them cool for a bit and then enjoy my hot, delicious Vienna bread rolls. Guys, enjoyed this video. If you do, please share it with your friends and family, and also subscribe to our channel, The Baking with the Vanilla Pot. Until next time, happy baking.